Here's a secret strategy to see if someone's lying to you. Now, this is from a former FBI agent, so listen carefully. The first thing you gotta do is watch the way they blink. A normal person will blink around 5 to 6 times a minute, but a person who knows they're lying will blink their eyes super fast 5 to 6 times within that minute. And there's two very important things you need to watch out for. That is their eyes and the hand that they write with. For example, if you ask a right-handed person about something they've seen and they look up and to the left, that means they're accessing memories and aren't actually lying. But if they look up and to the right, it means they're accessing the creative part of their mind and making up a lie. The same goes for something that they've heard. If they look towards their left ear, they're recalling something from memory. And if they look towards their right ear, they're about to lie to you. Whatever you see first reveals what type of person you are. Now take a look at this picture. If you saw the waterfall first, it means you're super social, but you also love your alone time. But if you saw the people in the white robes first, it means you feel lost in your life right now. You don't know where you're headed, but you're determined to make it in life. Next, look closely at this picture. Now, if you saw the trees first, it means you have massive goals for the future, and you do anything to achieve them. But if you saw the skyscrapers first, it means you dream of being in a big city and want to get out of your small town. How rare is your body? Only 10% of all people have this thing called Morton's toe. It's where your second toe is longer than your big toe. But even more rare is having your tongue tied. This is where your tongue is literally attached to the bottom of your mouth. Only 5% of people have it, and it makes it harder to chew and speak. And only 1% of people have unbreakable bones. Yeah, you heard that right. Some people actually have this, and you're basically considered the Wolverine. It's a rare disorder that makes your bones 7 times more dense than the average human. 50% of all the people on Earth can fit their fist in their mouth. I don't know anyone that actually can do this, but if you can, comment right now. And can you tickle yourself? If you can, you're in the 7% of the whole population, and only 16% of people can make a roaring sound inside their head. Here are 5 things you need to see before you die. First off is this Siberian bear hunting suit. It was used hundreds of years ago to hunt down bears, and if it attacked you, you'd probably be fine. Next, this is how much pollen is actually in a tree. No wonder everyone sneezes so much. Now, we all know Shaquille O'Neal is huge, right? I mean, look how big he is compared to this can. But he is literally nothing compared to the tallest man that ever lived. This is Albert Einstein's desk the day he died. Since then, no one has quite figured out what he was working on. And this is what an empty Walmart actually looks like. But why is it so creepy?
Here are 3 harmless things that can actually kill you. Number 1, 22 apples. You see, apple seeds have a toxic chemical in it called cyanide, and if you eat too many, you will die. Number 2, 120 cups of coffee. If you didn't already know, coffee has caffeine in it, and if you drink too much caffeine, your heart will explode. And number 3, toothpaste. If you were to swallow a whole tube of toothpaste, you can get fluoride poisoning, which could lead to a coma or even death.
These identical twins married another set of twins, even though doctors told them not to. Twins Brittany and Brianna literally do everything together. They even went to law school at the same time and got the exact same grades. When they graduated, they worked at the same law firm and would go home and sleep in the same bed. That's when they met twins Josh and Jeremy, and they instantly hit it off. When it came time to pop the question, both the twins proposed at the exact same time. Weeks later, all 4 of them walked down the aisle together. After that, both couples moved to the same house and now live together. But even crazier is that they just got pregnant at the same time. But here's the thing, most of the time when 2 siblings have kids, they're considered cousins. But doctors say that's not the case for them since they're identical twins. Instead, the kids will be full siblings even though they have different parents. Common things you didn't know the purpose of. Did you know the holes in pen caps have a secret purpose? It's there because if any kids choke on it, they can still breathe. Every car has an arrow like this that literally tells you which side your gas tank is on. And the borders on paper are not there for the reason you think. Back in the 1900s, rats were super common and their favorite snack was paper. So companies ended up leaving extra space on the paper so if rats got to it, they hopefully wouldn't get to your writing. And did you know pop cans had a built-in straw holder? I had no idea.
Here's what would happen if all women on Earth died. So if all women disappeared from Earth right now, the men would start to panic and many car accidents would occur. Then men would start stealing, fighting, and rioting. Everything would be a mess. But after a few weeks, the men would start to develop a solution. A lot of money would be invested in various studies and technologies. There would also be a lot more food because the population would start to die out. After a few months, men would start to fall in love with each other. But still, there would be no way to increase the population. After a few decades, there wouldn't be a single human being on Earth because everybody would be dead. Now comment how long you think you would survive. I'm gonna teach you exactly how to lucid dream. Lucid dreaming is when you become aware that you're in a dream, so then you can do whatever you want. So we're gonna use a technique called wild. The first step is to set your alarm 4 to 6 hours after you fall asleep. After you wake up, turn off your alarm, lay flat on your back, and don't move a muscle. As you lie there completely still, start envisioning your dream. You'll notice your body falling asleep, but your mind will stay awake. If you start seeing shapes and colors, you're on the right track, and you're about to enter sleep paralysis. But don't freak out, this is normal. Just stay calm and keep envisioning that dream in your mind. Those shapes and colors will get increasingly detailed as you enter the dream, and then boom, you'll be lucid. You should never take a prank too far, and this is why. This is 20-year-old Timothy Wilkes. He wanted to prank the cashier at a gas station by pulling out a weapon, but another man pulled out a weapon thinking that Timothy was a robber, and the shooting began. Timothy ran out of the store as fast as he could, and he was fatally wounded. But sadly, it was too late. Timothy was shot dead right outside the convenience store. And this is the man who killed Timothy, who is now in prison. Here are 4 images that confuse the entire world. This house looks like it's tilted, but it's actually level. That's just how steep some of the streets are in San Francisco. You probably think these vehicles are disappearing, right? Well, it's actually not a bridge, it's just the rooftop of a building. This dog looks like it has giant teeth, but it's actually just the fence behind him. And this is the confusing dress. Some people see white and gold, and some people see black and blue. Now comment what you see. Disturbing facts that will ruin your day. Ants can form what's called a death spiral. This happens when a group of ants are lost and they follow each other's pheromone trails, leading to death by exhaustion. If you took all the spiders in the world and let them out in the Netherlands, they would consume the entire country's population in 3 days. Horned lizards squirt blood from their eyes as a defense mechanism. You can actually fit all the planets in the solar system in the space between the Earth and the Moon. I'm deleting this in 24 hours because if Noah Beck sees this, I could get in major trouble. But first, did you know that typing this in the comments will unlock you a secret emoji? And did you know that you can literally erase anything from your photos? Now I'm gonna show you how to do this, but promise me you won't use it for bad. Okay, first, press here in my bio, then click on erase anything from your photos. Now you can erase whatever you want. Thank me later.
This guy is the only reason you're alive right now. Vasily Arkhipov is a Soviet Navy officer who prevented a global nuclear war. With tensions being at an all-time high between the USA and the Soviet Union back in 1962, the globe was on the brink of nuclear war. Vasily was aboard a submarine that was being followed by US ships. They had lost contact with Russia days before, so they had no idea if the war had already begun. But when the US ships were spotted by the Soviets, they assumed the war had started. The submarine was holding a nuclear missile that required everyone on board to agree before it could be launched. Everyone on the submarine agreed to launch it. But you won't believe what Vasily did. Before I tell you, I found an app that allows you to go live even if you have 0 followers. Just press here in my bio, but don't use it for bad. Vasily was the only person to say no. If any other person was there that day, that missile would have been launched. Nuclear war would have begun, and life as you know it would not exist today. Here's what would happen if Kim Jong-un died right now. First off, nobody would even hear about it for weeks or even months because the government would keep it a secret. But when North Koreans find out about it, Kim will become a god. You see, after a leader dies in North Korea, they still worship that person and their beliefs as if they were still alive. Now, the only problem is Kim Jong-un doesn't actually have a son to take over the throne. With no one alive to worship, Kim will become their permanent leader. They might honor him by starting nuclear war, which would end the world as we know it. According to the FBI, if you can solve this riddle, you're a psychopath. A girl is at her mother's funeral who died unexpectedly. But she met a guy at the funeral she didn't know, and they instantly hit it off. She got busy receiving condolences from the guests and wasn't able to get his phone number before he left. Following the funeral, she tried really hard to track him down, but no one knew who he was or how to contact him. Only adding to her troubles, a few days later, her little sister was found dead. The police suspect it to be a murder, but the question is, who did it and why? Let me know in the comments if you get the answer. Here's why holding in a sneeze can actually kill you. People tend to hold in sneezes to avoid being destructive, but doing this can actually kill you. Stay till the end of this video and I'll show you exactly how to survive. There are cases of people rupturing their throats and even dying because they held in a sneeze. The force can be enough to break through your windpipe and damage the soft tissue inside your neck. Now comment if you've ever done this.